Hello and how are you? Welcome to another Android Material UI Daily Challenge. My name is Mahindo Mubarak, and in today's video I'm going to create this kind of a form. It's going to be a form that will allow us to add a certain project to our applications, or to add maybe it can be like an e-commerce application and want to add a product in your project, so you can use this kind of form. Or you want to create to collect a profile details from a user, you can use this form, whereby they can add a image at this point, and they add a name at this point, and they add additional information and the description, as well as other more information of maybe like an attachment and other tags which should be separated with a comma. So that's what we're going to do in this project, and you can see here I'll be able to add something like this, and you can separate it with the with a comma to do what, to make them to be in form of a in form of a tag. So that's what we're going to do in this project, in this video, and I hope you're ready to do it with me. If you are, then let's do it right now. Okay, so let's get started. I'll go straight to my project, and I'm going to right click there and say new, and then come to say activity, and then say empty activity. I'm going to call it form add project dot activity. Okay, for example, when you're adding a new product, when you're adding a new product in your e-commerce application, you can use this kind of a whatever form to collect the information of a new product in your e-commerce application. So let me close everything, and then I open this form that we're going to work with, and I'm going to press Ctrl and click on this layout so that it should be opened and start working with the project itself. Oh, did not open. What happened? Okay, so there it is. So I'll split the code so that you can see the code and the design at the same time, and then we'll start creating the project itself. Okay, so I'm going to add here a linear layout. I'm going to change this one to become a linear layout, and then after I'm going to add another linear layout that will allow this back button and the done button here. So it's going to be a linear layout with orientation horizontal, and this one's having, then make sure that you remember to close it, and this one's having orientation of vertical. Okay, then we'll start adding this this back button manually ourselves. Okay, so this SRC will change it to 100. Sorry, and up compare will change it to SRC, and we'll have our back button. So let's go ahead and get that left button from the from the vector assets. Just simply search for left, you can sit here, rename it, and then say next, and then say finish. You can see that left button has been added there. So we're going to add another one, the done button. Before add the done button, you have to add a text between those two buttons. Okay, then after adding that text, you're going to add then the done buttons. This one is going to be an image button with done. Okay, so I'll change this one to SRC, and change this one to 100. Then we'll have something beautiful like that. Okay, so after doing that, then we'll go ahead and put the form data itself. It's going to be within the scroll view. So this scroll will be after this linear layout, and then make sure I close this scroll view. I'm not explaining all attributes because in the previous videos I've been explaining the attributes. So you just pause the video and look at the attribute that I created. For example, width match parent, height match parent. These are just self-explanatory because since the beginning I've been doing the same things. So right now I should be aware of them, majority of them. Then I'm going to add a linear layout. You know, a scroll view can take only a single child, and this linear layout can take multiple children. Okay, I hope here there is no anything that will confuse you. And then we'll go ahead and add the text, which is going to call project photo. Okay, then after adding this text, I'm going to put now the field that is going to allow this image and the word add photo or add logo. It's going to be a vertical. Come and paste it here, and make sure I close that linear layout. Okay, it's having this outline white, BG outline. So I press Ctrl Alt and create this the rounded outline. Okay, so we're going to copy these pieces of code. Just pause the video, they're just few, and copy these pieces of code. They're the one that will put the outline on the add photo. Okay, then after doing that, we'll go ahead and select add the relative layout. The relative layout, as you can see it here, and we'll give it Android, and tint, just press Ctrl and Alt and enter, it will be resolved. Okay, then this one change it to Android, and then SRC if you're not using app compat. And then here I'm going to put maybe camera. I already have a photo of camera, so we'll have that kind of image. I hope you are the same level with me. If you are not, please pause the video and look at these codes again, and try to make sure that you become on the same level with me as much as possible. Okay, then we'll go ahead and put another add text. It's going to say add photo. Okay, like that. So it should be outside this relative layout, sorry, should be in this relative layout, like that. Okay, so I hope you're all together at this moment. And then we'll go ahead and create this project name title with with its field. So I'll copy the two and come in this main linear layout, and then there we are. You can see we're having a project title with the name, project name, and then so the edit text input layout, and I'm going to close it at this point. Okay, I hope at the same level. Then this layout I'm going to give is the one that we're going to put this kind of background. Then in this layout I'm going to add I'm going to add edit text, and then we'll get something like that. I don't know why this edit text is like this. just change this one to what? To wrap content. No, this one to wrap content. Then after doing that, we'll go ahead and add the next one. Okay, it's going to be the additional information. Begin adding the text. After this, input layout. Then after adding the text, we'll go ahead and add the layout with its edit text. I hope we're on the same level. So I may change this one to what? To wrap content, the height of this layout. Because it's limiting the edit text. Okay. So at this point, I hope we're at the same level. If you are a little bit ahead of you, can pause the video and make sure that you catch up with me. Then we'll go to the next one, which is going to be text view. Project description. Okay, you can look at it, it's nothing but text view with a style of caption. Then this text description, I'm going to copy it and then I just explain it. Okay, so we're having something like this. Let's pause the video and look at it, because I've been explaining these things again and again and again. Okay, so these attributes, they should be now familiar to you. Just pause the video and look at them so that you can come up with something like this. Okay, then we proceed to add a project attachment. Okay, so if we have an attachment that we want to add on our project, you can do like this. Copy this whole linear layout and paste it here. After it is having just a linear layout with orientation of horizontal, and there is an image, and you know what, with a file icon. Let's go and get that icon. Let's click on drawables, then come new, like image asset. No. New vector icon, vector asset, trade search for drive. You can just trade search for a file. Let's select this one, and then I'll place this one as the name, and then say finish, and then we'll have something like that. So I'm going to change this one Android and this one to SRC, and then we'll have something like that. So you should also be able to create this linear layout, as you can see there. Okay, so we have a tint here of SRC. Okay, so here we have a close. I think we've not done that before. Let us do it right now. And one that you can use to remove the a file, which you can come simply here under drawables, just click and say new, and then come to the vector asset, and then click here, and then we search for close, this one and say okay. Next, previous, rename it, say finish, and we'll have this here. So I hope we are together. So we'll proceed to the next, which is going to be the tag. After this linear layout, I hope you've got this. You can pause the video and look at it. This is the layout. Okay. Then lastly, you've got the last tag. The last attribute, which is going to be the attribute for the the field for the tag. And then in this tag, we're going to have a material text input field. And inside that, you can look at the dimension that I've put, the property that I've put, and inside that is where we put the part, this text input edit, and then we make the lines to be 3, and then we have to come up with something like that. Okay, so with that much said, that's how we create we create such a beautiful form that you can use to add any product in your project. So let me go on top and we look at the code. I am going to start sharing this code on GitHub, so you can also access it simply and freely. I hope you can pause the video and look at this code clearly, in case you're stuck somehow, somewhere. So that's the project. So let's go ahead and run the run this project and we see. So go to and add this one to our main menu. Just duplicate this guy and change it to main menu. To form add project. Okay, then we'll go ahead in the main activity, in the layout, and add this section, add the button that where you click on and it will call fill this form 100 activity. Let's go and do that. So we are here. So I'm just going to duplicate this one more button. And I'm going to change this one to to form add project or add project form. Okay, and remember to change the name of the method to call, which is form add project. Remember to change it here in the on click. So by doing like that, we'll have got our add project form. So I hope you understood it. Let's go and run the project. So here's the project. So I simply click on form and then click on add project form, and then we'll have a beautiful form like this one, and it is even scrollable, where the user can use where you can use it to implement adding a new thing in your project. You can modify it in any way that you want, but it's really beautiful. Not most beautiful, but it's beautiful. Okay, so for that you have the done tick here with that kind of repo when you click on it, and the back. So you have to implement this one when you write the back end. So for that, today we'll end our today's class, and I think the forms chapter will end it at this point, maybe unless you want to contribute on it in the future, but at this point we'll end it, and then in the next video we'll start with another chapter. Yeah, so I hope you've been able to practice all these ones. If you haven't, I really recommend you to go and practice all these. By the time you finish writing these things by your own self, you'll have added more experience on what you know already. So let's meet in the next video, where we'll look at another chapter of dialog boxes. I hope you won't miss.
If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe, and remember to share these videos on your on your social media platform with your friends. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video with a new chapter.